Hello YouTube and welcome to the channel. Now then, why, you might be asking yourself, are we looking at yet another JJRC Q65 for review? But the honest answer is you're not. This is actually a Hontai C606, and if you're sitting out there thinking, well, that looks identical to a Q65, you'd be absolutely right, because I think this is like a cloned version of the JJRC. Now, how I ended up with it was I ordered a Q65 off Banggood, the JJRC version, and this is what they sent me. They sent me a Hontai. Now then, I wouldn't ordinarily repeat a review unless there's a significant difference between the products that you're reviewing, otherwise it would be pointless. Now then, if you cast your minds back to the Q65 review I did, then you'll know that there were two minor gripes, and they were minor gripes because overall I thought it was a very good little RC. But the two minor gripes were that it had a very strange voltage of batteries, 4.8 volt, and it only came with a 130 motor. And these things coupled together gave it lackluster performance, but as you'd expect. And I said at the time, wouldn't it be great if JJRC produced one of these with a larger motor and 7.4 volts? Anyway, when I opened the box, and this is the bit where it gets interesting, this is why we're reviewing this. In the box, or under the bonnet I should say, is a 7.4 volt 500 milliamp hour battery, and when I inspected it closer, it comes with a 180 motor as opposed to the 130 in the JJRC. Now everything else is the same. I mean, you get a very similar controller as you'd expect. You get a little Hontai booklet, a little battery charge, and a little screwdriver, and it comes with a free canvas hood. Now then, this thing is approximately £6 more than I paid for the JJRC. Now then, I would say in anybody's book that is £6 well spent. Now, like I say, I wouldn't normally review a clone of something unless it was different enough to make it worthwhile. And I actually feel that it's worthwhile doing a little review on this to see if it's any better than the JJRC. And if it is, and it's only £6 difference, you may as well go around and try and root out the Hontai version if you're after a Willys Jeep. Anyway, enough waffle from me. Let's get this little battery charged up and we'll take it outside for a spin. Now the going is going to be a little bit harder than in the Q65 video because it's actually been snowing here in the UK. But if this thing can handle or tackle a bit of snow successfully, that'll just prove a point really. Anyway, like I say, enough of me waffling, let's take it outside for a spin. Right, back inside now. What do we think? Well, I can unequivocally tell you that a standard JJRC Q65 would not have powered through the snow like this did. This has got more power, more torque. It's a little bit faster too. But that really should come as no surprise because at the end of the day, we're running 7.4 volt and a 180 motor. Now, I wanted to check something. Basically, I wanted to check whether the receiver board is the same as on the Q65. because that would mean that Q65 owners can probably run 7.4 volt. Anyway, I found a few other surprises while I was in there. Now obviously I've just publicly voided my Hontai warranty, but we've got a couple of strange things. One is the fact that we've got these weights in these fake plastic fuel containers. They are not present on the Q65 for some weird reason. If anyone can tell me what the purpose of those weights are or is, I'd love to know. Also, is that a WPL tan motor and gearbox in there? Could be. And I think, if I'm not much mistaken, this board is the same board as in the Q65. So that would mean, and don't quote me on this though, Q65 owners, there's a very, very good chance that if you've bought a JJRC Q65, you too, with the right connector, obviously this is the Hontai one, can run 7.4 volt in your Willys Jeep. So there you go. Right then, conclusion time. Would I recommend the Hontai C606 over the Q65? And the short answer is absolutely yes. I mean, it's basically an improved Q65. I know there's a small financial penalty to pay. I mean, but you do get a 7.4 volt battery. You do get what looks like a WPL 180 motor and gearbox in it. And the difference in price is basically the same as the canvas hood you get in the box. So this is just like buying an upgraded Q65. Also, I do prefer the graphics on the C606 because they're a little bit more in keeping with the original Jeep. But the good news is that if you've got a Q65, then don't quote me on this though, like I said, you might already have the electronics on board to switch over to run it on 7.4 volt, because to me that receiver board looks identical in the Q65. So there you have it. If you found this video of use and of some interest, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're feeling that way inclined, hit that subscribe button. We're getting closer to 1,000 subscribers, which would be absolutely fantastic. But if you can subscribe, it really helps the channel, and you'll obviously be privy to more similar content in the future. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you next time.